FALLBROOK, Calif. Firefighters in Southern California were on high alert for dangerous fire potential even before the first blazes broke out. But once flames met ferocious winds, fire crews were mostly powerless to stop infernos that destroyed more than 750 buildings, killed dozens of horses and forced hundreds of thousands of people to run from 6 out-of-control fires that have burned over 270 square miles 700 square kilometers since Monday. The crews were trying to stay out ahead of this as quickly as they could, said Capt. Kendall Bortisser of the California Department of Forestry and Fire Prevention. As we know, when a tornado hits the Midwest, there's no stopping it. When a hurricane hits the East Coast, there's no stopping it. When Santa Ana winds come in, there's no stopping them. Firefighters gained ground on all the fires and most evacuees were allowed to return home. President Donald Trump issued an emergency declaration allowing counties affected by the wildfires to receive federal assistance. Yet danger persisted. Vegetation is bone dry, there's been hardly any rainfall and winds were expected to gust up to 50 miles per hour 80 kilometers per hour over the weekend in the Los Angeles and Ventura areas, the National Weather Service said. Fires have taken people by surprise over a large swath of Southern California since the biggest fire broke out Monday evening in Ventura County, where the only death attributed to the fires, so far, involved a 70-year-old woman who was found dead in a wrecked car on a designated evacuation route in the small city of Santa Paula. Gov. Jerry Brown planned to survey damage from the Ventura fire on Saturday and meet with emergency management officials and residents. That fire has destroyed more than 500 homes and buildings and burned more than 230 square miles 595 square kilometers as it spread to beach communities and into rugged mountains where a preserve is established for endangered condors. 3 people were burned trying to escape a fast-moving fire that started Thursday 50 miles 80 kilometers north of San Diego that overran a racehorse training facility and a mobile home retirement community. John Knapp did not initially believe a sheriff deputy's order to leave when he first spotted the fire outside his home in the Rancho Montserrat Country Club. I thought he was of Bologna, but once I saw the flames and the smoke I thought that maybe he's right, Knapp said. After leaving, he hid from a nearby highway for 5 hours as the community went up in smoke. More than a third of the community's 213 mobile homes burned as fire zigzagged along a hillside, skipping some streets and razing others. On one street, all 24 mobile homes were gone, with only hulls of cars and twisted metal remaining. Knapp was sure he had seen his house burn on the television news, so he was expecting the worst when he snuck past a police barricade to witness the damage and was surprised to find it still standing. Others who managed to get out with little more than the clothes on their backs were not as fortunate. Dick Marsala was too overwhelmed to speak as he searched through the smoldering remnants of his house, trying to find his wallet. A framed photo of him playing golf was still hanging on a blackened wall. "I'll be darned," he said, his eyes tearing up as he put on sunglasses. Tom Medier, whose home was spared, zipped through the mobile home park in a golf cart giving bad news to some of the neighbors who called him. "It's really horrible to see some of these little streets look like a moonscape," he told a friend whose home was reduced to black rubble. The flames that tore through FALLBROOK, the self-proclaimed avocado capital of the world, also hit hard in the nearby town of Bonsall, where an estimated 30 to 40 elite thoroughbreds perished when the flames swept into barns at the San Luis Rey training facility. Pandemonium broke out as hundreds of horses were set free to prevent them from burning in their stables. They nearly stampeded trainer Kim Mars as she rescued a horse named Spirit World. Mars said it was devastating to see the remains of once regal animals. "It's pretty apocalyptic," she said. "When you touch them it's just ash." Associated Press writers Amanda Lee Myers in Bonsall, Elliot Spagat in San Diego, Brian Skoloff in Ojai, Ann Brian Melly, Michael Balsamo, Robert Jablin and John Antchak in Los Angeles contributed to this report. For complete coverage of the California wildfires, click here http://sapnews.com /wildfires.